बोलो सचिनंदन गौर हरि की जय। सखे कालय गौरामुदारा कालय गौरामुदारा कालय गौरामुदारा सखे कालय Sachinandan Jai Gaura Hari, Sachinandan Jai Gaura Hari. Jayo Nadiya Bihari Jayo Gaura Hari, Nadiya Bihari Jayo Gaura Hari. Gaura He, Gaura He, Gaura He, Gaura He. Gaura He, Gaura He, Gaura He, Gaura He. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari सच्चिदानंद गौर हरि की श्री विश्वरूप-महोत्सव की निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि। Few minutes, you, Dad.
No?
You
What?
speaking.
Say something?
Ajnanatirandasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshurumritam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I thought I would say something very, very basic about Śrī Harinam Sankirtan, and that is
Today's Prabhupada Sannyāsa. Prabhupada Sannyāsa.
Today Prabhupada took sannyasa.
Speak on that.
Speak on that.
Why he took sannyas?
Srila Prabhupada had said, I've heard him say, he was horrified at the idea of accepting sannyas. He was horrified. But he accepted sannyas by the strong encouragement of his godbrother, Srila Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava Mahārāja, and Srila Keśava Mahārāja is one of his very prominent disciples. We know him as Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedānta Mahārāja. It gave Srila Prabhupada so much encouragement regarding taking sannyas. And it makes sense that in order to fulfill the mission, the order that Srila Bhaktivedānta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada had given Srila Prabhupada many, many, many years before, in person, and Srila Bhaktivedānta Saraswati Thakur was speaking about that this Krishna consciousness should be spread all over the world. And in that assembly were many of his most advanced sannyas disciples, and Srila Prabhupada was there also. But he was still in the householder, Grihastha ashram at that time. And so I'm trying to, I don't remember exactly verbatim, but I'm trying to get the essence of what I remember. And that is that Srila Prabhupada had given this instruction to all of his disciples, and many of his sannyasis were just, at that time, the idea of going to the West for preaching was just, it was like going to hell for preaching. It was just, even Prabhupada, in his prayers when he landed in Boston Harbor, he was saying, "Oh Krishna, why have you brought me to this hellish place? But you must have some purpose for me, so make me dance as you will." But in that assembly, Srila Bhaktivedānta Saraswati was expressing his desire that Krishna consciousness should be spread to the West. And this term, Senapati Bhakta, I've been hearing it so much lately. It means the one who spread Krishna consciousness to the West and all over the world. And there's an analogy given that so many could say, "Oh, I could have done it. I could have done it." No, but you didn't do it. Srila Prabhupada did it. So that is his, you can never take that away from him. You can never change that. That is the fact. So much momentum is behind Srila Prabhupada. Srila Bhaktivedānta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada could see the terror and the fear in his sannyas disciples at the thought of going to the Western countries to try to, it's like, oh, this is impossible. And he said, I'm paraphrasing, please forgive me, I don't remember it exactly, but he was saying, not to worry. All you sannyasis, you won't do it. Abhay Babu will do it. Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedānta. That's what the AC Bhaktivedānta Swāmī. AC means Abhay Charanaravinda. And I think he said Abhay Babu. He will do. So we're talking like 1933, somewhere around there, order is given. And anyway, fast forward to the day we're celebrating Śrī Viśvarūpa-Mahotsava, right? The midway point between the 4 months of Chaturmasya, and this time, so very special, and that is Śrīla Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava Mahārāja had taken sannyas years before, but on this date. So it's a very, very potent and auspicious, very powerful date. And our beloved Srila Narayana Mahārāja Gurudev, he performed the fire yajna. He showed Srila Prabhupada how to put on the sannyas vesh, how to make the danda wrapped, so many things, everything. And Śrīla Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava Mahārāja gave that sannyas. And there was one other person who took sannyas at the same time. I think it was Bhaktivedānta Mahārāja. 90 years old he was. So, and he told Srila Prabhupada, I'll take sannyas if you'll take sannyas. We'll take it together. So he did that. They both accepted sannyas on that day. So glorious a day. And I don't know if I can say anything more.
You said everything.
Thank you.
ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। त्वक्त्वा सुदुस्तज्य सुरेप्सराजलक्ष्मी धर्म इष्टारे वचसि यदगादरण्यं मायामृगं दैप्तिप्सपतन्वधावत् वन्दे महापुरुषते चरणारविन्दं वन्दे महापुरुषते चरणारविन्दम्। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपीकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। भक्त्या विहीनायपराधलक्ष्ये क्षिप्तस्य कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामहीतं शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। बोलो हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Again, today is a very auspicious day. As we just heard, Sannyasa day of Śrī Viśvarūpa-Prabhu, as well as on the same day, Śrī Param Gurudev Shri Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava Goswami Mahārāja also chose this day for accepting sannyas, renounced order. And similarly, Srila Bhaktivedānta Swāmī Mahārāja Srila Prabhupada also accepted this day as his sannyas. Who was Vishwarupa Prabhu? Who was Vishwarupa Prabhu?
Elder brother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Elder brother of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How he got sannyas? What is the cause of his sannyas? Why Mahaprabhu took sannyas? Why Param Guru Dev and Srila Prabhupada took sannyas? What is the meaning of sannyas? We are going to churn this today. Śrī Viśvarūpa Prabhu, the elder brother of Mahaprabhu, while staying in Mayapur, Navdeep Mayapur, with Sachi Mata, was very fond of hearing Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Śrī Advaitacharya Prabhu, who was living in Shantipur, very close to Navdeep, but he moved to Mayapur, next door to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sachi Mata's home, where he started reciting Śrīmad Bhagavatam. And Vishwarupa Prabhu, he was coming every day to listen, and not only listen, to learn Śrīmad Bhagavatam from Śrī Advaitacharya Prabhu. Now Advaitacharya Prabhu is the authority on speaking Śrīmad Bhagavatam. It says in Shastras, Avaishnav mukhad girnam putam hari kathamritam Shravaneva kartavyam sarpachishta yathapai. Don't hear Bhagavatam from non-Vaishnavas. Bhagavatam is nectar. But just like a milk touched by the lips of a serpent, it becomes poisonous. Similarly, when a non-devotee, non-Vaishnava, when he recites Śrīmad Bhagavatam, it makes Śrīmad Bhagavatam, which is nectarian, with a touch of that poisonous. Poison means what? What is the meaning of poison? The poison in that person means bhukti and mukti. Desire to enjoy the material world and to attain liberation. So therefore their understanding and their speaking is more focused on enjoying, or in a higher sense their focus is more to attain liberation, mukti. But that's not the purpose of listening Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Śrī Advaitacharya Prabhu, he is Sadashiv. Who is Sadashiv? Vaishnav Nam Yatha Shambhu is Shiva. Who can recite better Śrīmad Bhagavatam than the best amongst all the Vaishnav? Shiva. Bhagavatam describes Vaishnav Nam Yatha Shambhu. And Shiva himself claims, very boldly he claims, Aham Vetmi, Shuk Vetmi, Vyas Veti Na Vetiva. I know the purport of Bhagavatam. Shukdev knows the purport of Bhagavatam. But Vyasadev, who wrote Śrīmad Bhagavatam, I'm not sure if he understood or not. He said, I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. But I know the purport of Bhagavatam. So boldly he's saying. Because Śrīmad Bhagavatam Praman Amalam Yad Vaishnav Nam Priyam. Śrīmad Bhagavatam is the evidence, the bona fide evidence, Praman Amalam, without any mal, contamination. Śrīmad Bhagavatam, there is no contamination. In other Puranas, there are contaminations. There are 18 Puranas. What kind of contaminations? Contaminations of, by performing this ritual, you get this award. By performing this, you get this, you get this, you get this. These are contaminations. But Śrīmad Bhagavatam is beyond all these contaminations. It's Amal Puran. Pure in nature. Yad Vaishnav Nam Priyam. very dear to Vaishnavas. Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Therefore, in the second verse of Bhagavatam, Dharma projit kaitav atro parmo nirmasaranam satam Vedyam vastam atra vastum shivadam tapatrayan mulanam Śrīmad Bhagavat Mahamuni krite kim var paririshvara sadhya hridya varudati kritivi shushubhya tarshanar. Dharma projit kaitav. All kind of four dharmas, dharma, artha, kam and moksha, even liberation, is rejected in Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam only focus on Pancham Purushar, the fifth goal, and that is Krishna Prem. That's all. Dharma projit kaitav atro parmo nirmasaranam satam. And Śrīmad Bhagavat is adored by nirmasaranam sadhus. Sadhus who have no lust, anger, greed, envious. It's not only nirmasar means envious, but by using this word nirmasar, envious, you want to say all other which are submissive to envious. Begins from lust, anger, greed. What? Lust, anger, greed, and then envious. Kam, krodha, lobha, moha, mad. All these. By those sadhus, which are pure, those who are pure in nature and describe Bhagavatam in pure in nature without any other intent, Bhagavatam as it is. Just like Bhagavad Gita as it is. Śrīmad Bhagavatam as it is. So what is mentioned in Śrīmad Bhagavatam? Bhagavatam comprised of knowledge and renunciation. What kind of knowledge? There are three kinds of knowledge. Swatattve, paratattve, cha sadhan sadhu tattve. The knowledge about who am I. Swatattve. The knowledge about who Krishna is. Paratattve. The knowledge about what is my relation with Krishna, that is bona fide. But Śrīmad Bhagavatam refuse and reject that knowledge which preach that how one get merged into impersonal Brahma. This has not been taught in Śrīmad Bhagavatam. So this is the knowledge. And Śrīmad Bhagavatam also describes about Vairagya, renunciation. All episodes, all great characters in Śrīmad Bhagavatam only speak about two important factors. Sadhu Sangha and renunciation. From first canto, second canto, third canto, Śrīmad Bhagavatam has 10 symptoms. Ata sarga visarga sthanam poshnam uti manvantra ishanukatha nirodha mukti rashraya. Begins from canto 3, third canto. Sarga lila, visarga lila, like this. And only speaks about Vairagya. If anyone hearing Śrīmad Bhagavatam, anyone who is reading Bhagavatam, and if not Vairagya is coming, then there is no use of, means the reading and listening is not proper. Vairagya is bound to come by listening Śrīmad Bhagavatam, because everywhere in Śrīmad Bhagavatam, Shri Narad, Jagat Guru Narad, is preaching about Vairagya. He came to Dhruva Maharaj, who went to forest, not for renunciation, he went to forest for enjoyment. What kind of enjoyment? To achieve enjoyment, to sit on that throne. But because of the blessings of Shri Naraji and the mantra, Shri Dhruva Maharaj, he got to see the Lord. And then Vairagya appeared in his heart. So then Dhruva Maharaj, with this verse, Kacham vichinpe api divyaratnam Swāmī kritartva asmi varam na yache. Oh my Lord, I came for broken pieces of glasses, but now I'm seeing a valuable jewel in front of me. I beg you, varam na yache, don't give me any boon, don't give me any enjoyment. I just want to serve you. I want to have association of devotees. So Vairagya came in his heart. Prahlāda Maharaj, the best example, exhibiting complete Vairagya. He's surrounded by all enjoyments around him. Who he could have become the prince, even though he's fearless prince, but by following the footsteps of Hiranyakashipu, he could have enjoyed the kingdom from very young age. He didn't choose that. He chose the path of not pravritti marg but nivritti marg. Pravritti marg means the path of enjoyment. Nivritti marg means the path of renunciation. This is what Jad Bharat is describing. This is what Rishabdev, Srila Prabhupada was very fond of reciting this verse from Rishabdev. Rishabdev who had 100 sons, and once upon a time he called upon his 100 sons and he gave a valuable instructions, the realization of his life, saying that Naham dede bhajam nirloke kashtam kamam artham vidbhujami. The Lord has given, oh my sons, the Lord has given this body not to enjoy like dog and hog, but given this body to serve the Lord. So everywhere in Śrīmad Bhagavatam, every canto, every important character in Bhagavatam only speaking about Vairagya. And when we speak about the gopis, the highest limit of Vairagya is there. I don't have much time, otherwise I could have opened a little bit more. The gopis and Radharani's Vairagya is topmost, even though they are with Krishna. And Krishna is controlled by them, but there is no sense of any enjoyment there. Complete renunciation. So this is the explanation of Śrīmad Bhagavatam, and Shri Advaitacharya Prabhu was describing Śrīmad Bhagavatam according to Vaishnava style, from the Vaishnava perspective. And that's what I'm saying. If anyone hearing Śrīmad Bhagavatam, the renunciation bound to come in the heart. Even if the renunciation means, renunciation doesn't mean that, oh, you take sannyāsa and go to forest. But the point of understanding that this sansara, this worldly affairs is asar, means there is nothing here. It is just like chewing a bamboo stick instead of chewing a sugarcane stick. If you chew sugarcane stick, what happens? Flavor comes, sweetness. But bamboo stick, what are you going to get in that? Nothing. So enjoyment is worldly affairs is like that. And Vishnu Prabhu, when he heard this commentaries by Shri Advaitacharya Prabhu, because Bhagavatam is fruit, right? Which fruit is that? The king of all the fruits. What is the king of all fruits? Huh? Orange. Who said orange? Mango. Nigam kalpathanum galitam phalam. The king of all fruits, mango. Very juicy. What? I was about to say something, I forgot. I heard someone saying orange. So maybe they're putting their own favorites. Nigam kalpathanum galitam phalam. Śrīmad Bhagavatam is compared to as mango. Sour, yeah. So, if Śrīmad Bhagavatam itself is so nectarian, like a mango, mango don't need any other injection or inject flavor or any other ingredients to make it sweeter. Mango itself is so sweet. But when it touched by the lips of a pure devotee, it gets more sweeter. Some sweetened flavor or essence is get infused in that fruit. Sweetener. Because devotees are very sweet. Why they are sweet? Because they look sweet or they speak sweet? No, sir. They speak very harsh. But the sweetness is, they always relish the sweetness of holy name and the sweetness of Krishna. They always embrace that sweetness. So when they describe, when they touch that mango, the Bhagavatam gets more sweeter, means full of renunciation, with the sword of knowledge. Tatam dusangam usijyat, sassu sajet buddhiman, sant eva chindanti, mano vyaksavan uktabi. Bhagavatam. Tatam dusangam usijyat, giving up bad association and being in a good association. Those sadhus who are giving good association, they carry sword in their mouth, which breaks the knots of the heart, the knots which we are carrying from lives and lives and lives. They are cutting those knots. That knots means our attachments, not our attachments to worldly affairs, but the attachments to the concepts. I don't believe this, I don't believe this, I take this like this, who are you? Are you authority? We are not going to believe your authority, we are going to believe Bhagavatam authority. So these are the knots, the conceptions. And sadhus, they break those knots from the authority perspective, from the scripture perspective, and with logics and with evidence. And that was the argument used to come to Srila Prabhupada. You know, there's so many people, we all know this. Arguments. Vamanji, don't put the book on the ground. Please. Thank you. Yeah. So, Srila Prabhupada said, you say, they say, I say, we say. The people coming to argue with Srila Prabhupada. You know, scientists and press people, media, they say, they say, they say. Prabhupada got a little upset. So you say, they say, I say, we say. We say means scriptures and my sadhus. We say. So this is the benefit of hearing Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Shukdev Goswami, being a parrot of Radharani, I'm not going into that details, but full of renunciation. What he renounced? Please try to connect. Shukdev's renunciation is what? Shri Shukdev Goswami renounced that the topmost position of the principal of that university, the University of Impersonalism. He renounced that. Just by hearing the important verses describing the beauty of Krishna and the qualities of Krishna. Just 2 verses. And he feel no shame and embarrassed saying that what I was in my past. He openly said this. Parinishtopi nirgunya uttam shlok leelaya grit chej rajishiyakyam yaditvan. I was absorbed in impersonal Brahm. I attained the position of being principal of that university, the dean of that university, the topmost. He renounced that. By hearing the important verses describing the beauty of Krishna, the qualities of Krishna, and he got dragged from that impersonalism to the personal features of the Lord. Then Shukdev Goswami renounced. He renounced that. And therefore, every topic what he is speaking, Śrīmad Bhagavatam, is full of renunciation. Similarly, Shri Advaitacharya Prabhu, Shiva, who is always with his consort, Parvati, highest limit of renunciation. And that's why boldly he said, Aham with me, I know the purport of Bhagavatam, Shukdev knows. Very boldly he is saying this. Why? Putting wife on his lap, Parvati embracing Mahadev and speaking Harikatha to the sages. Believe this? Yes, in Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Parvati is sitting on the lap of Shiva, his consort, and she is embracing her husband, and he's speaking Hari Katha to the rishis and sages. Is there any mode of enjoyment there? Renunciation. And rishis and munis are sitting and hearing, seeing this, seeing that he's got embraced with his wife. Highest limit of renunciation. And Parvati, she cursed Chitraketu Maharaj, who came and started taunting Shiva. What is this? Is this the style to speak Bhagavatam? Mahadev only smiled because they're godbrothers. You know, sometimes godbrothers we joke. Shravan Prabhu is my godbrother, we joke many times. Jagdish, all day I just taunt him. Never keep him peaceful, always, teasing him some way or the other. Because godbrother, some joking. But if wife comes in between, this is what happened. Chitraketu Maharaj and Shiva, they are joking. Chitraketu Maharaj said, "Hey Shiva, is this the way to speak Hari Katha to the sages? Keeping wife on your lap?" And Shiva just smiled. But Parvati said, "How dare you can say this to my husband? I curse you, may you become a demon." Then Shiva chastised his wife. He's my godbrother, I'm joking with him. He was joking with me. Why you intervening within us? Why you disturbing our mood? He's so powerful, Shiva said. Chitraketu is so powerful, he can repeat your curse back to you. Reverse the curse back to you, sorry. But Narayan Para Sarvana Kutascha Vivayati. He's Narayan Para. He's a pure devotee of Narayan. Narayan Para Sarvana Kutascha Vivayati. They are not fearful of any situation. They take Swarga, hell, heaven and liberation on the same level. They are not worried. So Shri Advaitacharya Prabhu, when he's speaking these topics, Śrī Viśvarūpa Prabhu, who used to come every day listening, and he got this taste of hearing Śrīmad Bhagavatam, a mood of renunciation came in his heart. Renunciation. Why I'm here? Attached to my mother, attached to this world, I must go and take sannyas. So when every day Viśvarūpa Prabhu was coming to Advaitacharya Prabhu, Advaita Bhavan, he was not even giving up. He was hearing and hearing. Sachi Mata sometimes gets upset. And she's sending Nimai, Mahaprabhu. Nimai, go and call your little brother. And Nimai used to go, say, brother, I, means mother is calling you. Advaitacharya Prabhu got so captivated by hearing sweet words from this small boy, Nimai. Who is he? His appearance, his words is so fascinating. So fascinating. And just like capturing my mind. Who is this boy? But Nimai is not staying there and he just run away. But Advaitacharya Prabhu can't focus on his speaking Bhagavatam. His mind is dragging towards Nimai. Anyhow, Viśvarūpa Prabhu, he heard Śrīmad Bhagavatam from a pure Vaishnava and renunciation. And therefore he took sannyas. He came to Pandharpur at Vithalnath, Pandharpur in Maharashtra. And going to all the tirthas. So that's the day of sannyas of Viśvarūpa Prabhu. Anything you want to add on that, Shravan Prabhu? Any other thought? Please share. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I can't assume. But Nityam Prabhu, he met Lakshmipati Tirtha. This I know. I don't know what Viśvarūpa Prabhu. I only heard that he just took sannyas. That's all. Maybe I'll find out more. Yes. At Pandharpur, Maharashtra, Nityam Prabhu was also there. So Viśvarūpa Prabhu entered into Nityananda Prabhu there. So this is about, and why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas. Tattva sudustajya suripshcha raja lakshmi dharma ishta arevachasa yadagadharanyam maya mrigam deit ipsat anvadhavat vande mahapurushate charanarvindam. Śrīmad Bhagavatam 11th canto. When Nav-Yogendras, the 9 great saints, the sons of Rishabdev, they become sannyasis. The elder son, Bharat Mahārāja, he became the ruler of the planet, Bharat, King Bharat. And 9 sons, they became sannyasis, Nav-Yogendras. They came in the assembly of Nimi Maharaj, and every Yogendra is speaking on their favorite topic. Someone is speaking about Maya Tattva, someone is speaking about the incarnations, someone is speaking about Krishna Tattva, this way, but full of all renunciation. So, Kavir Havir Antriksh Prapuddu Priplayan Avihotra Dhumir Chamsa Karabhajan. 9 Yogendras. Kavir Havir Antriksh Prapuddu Priplayan Avihotra Chamsa Karabhajan. 9 Yogendras. So while describing, the question was being asked, please describe the incarnations of different yugas. So while describing the incarnation happened in Kali Yuga, he described the explanation was going on the incarnations happening in Kali Yuga. So he uttered this verse, Tattva Sudustajya Suripsha Raja Lakshmi. The meaning is, the Lord saw a deer and ran after the deer. Understand? Who can be that Lord? Who ran after the deer? Huh? Lord Ram, right? No. And this is the big delusion and confusion, and that's why there is a fusion amongst so many speakers on Śrīmad Bhagavatam. They take this verse and applies to Lord Ram. It doesn't make any sense, because Kavir Havir Antriksh Prapuddu, he is describing the incarnations which is happening in Kali Yuga, not in Treta. So it's not about just the verse, but what is happening, what is being said before and after is also to be considered. Just by hearing that the Lord ran after deer, it applies to, oh, Ram. But he's describing the incarnations happen in Kali Yuga. How it can be Ram? So therefore, this applies to Mahaprabhu. But where the deer comes in the pastime of Mahaprabhu? Yes, my dear. Tattva Sudustajya Suripsha Raja Lakshmi. So difficult to give up his consort, Vishnu Priya Devi. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave up the association of his beautiful wife, Shri Vishnu Priya Devi, for the sake of the jivas who are in search of enjoyment, to quench their thirst of enjoyment, just like a deer runs in the desert to quench the thirst but dies without getting any water. That's the reference of deer related to the jivas. Just like deer is running in all directions in the desert but only seeing a mirage, but when he comes close there is no water and he dies without getting any water. Similarly, jivas, like deer, run in all the directions thinking, oh, I'll get enjoyment there, I'll get enjoyment there, I'll get enjoyment there, I'll get enjoyment there, but never find any enjoyment in anything. Of course, a little bit enjoyment is there, but it goes to the saturation, and after saturation it declines. No more enjoyment anymore. Understand? Maya Mrigam Devta Ipsat Amvadhavat. Mahaprabhu, he runs after those who are running after Maya Mrigam. Maya Mrigam means the play of Maya, making this world full of enjoyment, the glittering world. Shri Mahaprabhu runs after those jivas, means us, by raising his hands and chanting Mahamantra, and told everyone to chant this Mahamantra because this is the only way you can get rid of Maya. Enichi Aushadhi Maya Nashi Varalagi. Who sang this? Mahaprabhu. Jiva Jago, Gaura Chandra Bole, Kata Nidra Jao Maya, Pishachi Rakole. Oh Jivas, get up, rise. How long are you going to sleep in the lap of Maya? How long? It's time to get up now. And then, Enichi Aushadhi Maya Nashi Vairalagi Hari Nama Maha Mantra Lohatu Bimani. Hari Nama Maha Mantra Lohatu Bimani. Mahaprabhu saying, I brought this herb from Golok Vrindavan, from my abode, eternal abode. Enichi Aushadhi Maya Nashi Varalagi, which can destroy the concept of Maya. Not destroy Maya, the concept of Maya. Maya cannot be destroyed. It's the energy of the Lord. Lord can't destroy his energy. Lord has created this energy to tame us. And it's so much required. Somebody asked this question this morning, why we get ups and downs in our life? I said this is too much required. If there is no downs, you can't go up. So going down is very important. Maya is there to teach us, like a teacher in the school. Not teacher in America and not even India now. The system has been changed. I'm speaking about teacher 30 years back. They used to carry a stick and cane in their hands. And they make sure the student learn this formula. Learn this. To every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. Learn this. Cane. And students, they used to get this. You may think this is very rude and harsh. Yes, it appears like this. But in those days, the teachers, they have so much vatsalya, affection. So much affection, like a motherly or fatherly affection. They want to make the student make sure they should learn this because they're going to make their career. But that's obsolete now, not even happening in India. They can't do this, illegal, it's all illegal. And that's why teachers don't care. You learn, you don't learn. What is my issue? I'm getting my salary. So no more any affection. But that cane was there to make sure, out of affection, out of love, not for any other, envious mood towards the child. So, Lord is not destroying the Maya, but the concept of Maya. Enichi Aushadhi Maya Nashi Varalagi, and Mahaprabhu saying, Hari Nama Maha Mantra. With this Hari Nama Maha Mantra, you can very easily overcome Maya. I supply the Maya for your upliftment. Because Maya is going to give you thrashing. Yes, for your upliftment. So I can't destroy Maya, but destroy the concept of Maya. By this Harinam, by taking shelter of this rope, the rope by which you can come to Vrindavan, Golok Vrindavan. Harinam Mahamantra. So therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he also took sannyas for jivas. But that's not the prime purpose. That's again secondary. I'm forgetting that verse maybe if you know this. Mahaprabhu always uttering this verse from Avdut Geet of Śrīmad Bhagavatam after he took sannyas. The intent, my purpose of my taking sannyas is, the last verse is, the last word is Mukunda Seva Anguli. Parinishta. I'm forgetting this. My only purpose of taking sannyas is to serve Lord Mukunda, to please him. That's the purpose of sannyas. Not that by taking sannyas or going to Vrindavan, just like Dhruv Maharaj, what kind of renunciation? He went to forest for Krishna. No. That renunciation is not bona fide renunciation. Sakam Bhakta. Prahlad Maharaj renunciation is bona fide. And then many others. So Mahaprabhu, Śrī Raghunatha Goswami, the associates of Mahaprabhu, their renunciation is what? So now I'm trying to connect this. The renunciation of Mahaprabhu, renunciation of Vishnu Prabhu, and renunciation of Param Gurudev and Srila Bhaktivedānta Swāmī Prabhupada. Many things can be said on this, but I'm coming to the gist of it. Tvattva turnam ashesh mandalapatim shrenim sada tuchchavat bhutva deen ganesh karunaya kopin kanthashito gopi bhavra samrata valahari kallolo magna muhur vande rupa sanatano bhattajago Shrijiva Gopalaku. The ideals and the process shown by the 6 Goswamis, especially Shri Rupa Shri Sanatana, the commander-in-chief of the army of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are the followers of Rupa Goswami, means following the footsteps of Sri Rupa Goswami. And this has been shown by Param Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada to us. How? Shri Rupa Shri Sanatana Goswami, Tattva Turnam Ashesh Mandalapatim. They renounced all their comforts and luxuries, being Prime Minister of the country, being in such a high profile, working under king, and Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, whose opulence was compared to the opulence of Indra, the king of demigods, and his beautiful wife like Apsara, the heavenly girl. So they renounced everything. This renunciation is insignificant. That's not just the glories of the renunciation of the Goswamis. Any ordinary person can do this. There are many kings. There are many learned people. There are many wealthy people in Vrindavan. They renounce their wealth. They renounce their family in young age. All their status, all their profile, all their intellect, all their education, everything. So are they on the same level as the Goswamis? Because this is what the Goswamis did. Tattva turnam ashesha mandalapatim shenim sada tuchchava. No. There is something more important renunciation. This worldly renunciation is very insignificant, like a straw. But if you can understand, if we can understand this, the renunciation of the physical proximity of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In Jagannath Puri, when all the associates are having very good time with Mahaprabhu, embracing Mahaprabhu, dancing in front of Rath Yatra, and getting drenched with the tears which are coming like a syringe, and they're getting bathed in that in those tears of Mahaprabhu. and water splashing pastime in Narendra Sarovar in Jagannath Puri. They are relishing this. And physical, who wants to leave the association of the Lord? Only we. Conditioned souls, not the liberated ones. We don't mind. We are happy. You are nice at the altar. We are good in our room. We're going to come see you time to time, morning, Mangalarti, evening, sometimes lectures. But be happy there and we are happy here. So it doesn't matter to us. But it matters to those who are always in proximity with the Lord. They don't want to leave the association, the physical association of Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu gave order to the Goswamis, go to Vrindavan with a specific orders. Discover holy place, write books, all that details. How hurtful is that, or painful is that, I mean to say, to give up the association, the physical association. Be careful, not the association but the physical association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where everyone was just being with Mahaprabhu in that Sankirtan, in that dancing, in that singing, and in Gambhira, and on the bank of ocean. But Rup Sanatan, they have to go far from Mahaprabhu. The priority is given to not the physical proximity. The priority they gave is to obey the order of Mahaprabhu. And the proximity of Mahaprabhu is present in obeying the order of Mahaprabhu. This is only a matter of realization. Those who can realize this, and that needs a lot of sacrifice. Love means sacrifice. Their condensed love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Mahaprabhu's confidence and love for them, sacrifice is needed. Love is sacrifice, love needs sacrifice, and sacrifice enhances the flavor in love. The ideal example of sacrifice is shown by, exhibited by Śrī Viśvarūpa-Mahotsava, Raghunath Das Goswami, Jiv Goswami, all these Goswamis. They gave up everything. Physical proximity of Mahaprabhu. It's so easy to say. It's so painful, Those who got the opportunity to be with Srila Prabhupada or Srila Gurudev, and if Gurudev is telling you, go far distance and do preaching there. No, Gurudev, I want to be with you. Śrī Rupa Goswami never told this. Das Goswami never told this. Obeying the order is most important than sense enjoyment. Not sense enjoyment in that sense. Atmindya pritivancha tate bole kam. If they would have said, no Mahaprabhu, please don't send them away. We just want to be with you. This is for your pleasure. But Krishnendya pritivancha, to please the senses of Mahaprabhu, is actually love. Praying. So they show this highest limit of renunciation. This is called highest limit of renunciation. And coming to Srila Param Gurudev and Prabhupada, also, Srila Prabhupada said, Vrindavan is my home. He never want to step out from Vrindavan. Just like Krishna never stepped out from Vrindavan. Why? Krishna said, Vrindavan paritajyam padam ekam na gacchati. I don't step out from Vrindavan. Why, Krishna, you are so fond of Vrindavan? It's greenery there, river is flowing, beautiful forest, kunjas. No. But because Anyar man man, more man Vrindavan. Vrindavan is the heart of Radharani. And Radharani claims this. Vrindavan is my heart. And Krishna, he don't want to come out from the heart of Radharani. He always wants to be in the heart of Radharani. Therefore, He can't step out of Vrindavan. Srila Bhaktivedānta Swāmī Prabhupada, Rupa Nuga Guru Varga, following the footsteps of Śrī Rupa Goswami. And that applies to all disciples of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. That applies to even Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He also wanted to go to Vrindavan, but he got sent back. No, stay back in the Godrum. Again, this is a sacrifice. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he only wanted to do his bhajan, chanting. He was tasting, he was relishing that. He didn't want it to go out. Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Babaji Maharaj told them to obey the order of his Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada, he stepped out of Mayapur Dham. He didn't want to leave Mayapur Dham. Param Gurudev never wanted to leave. The proximity of Srila Prabhupada. His life and soul was Srila Prabhupada. Life and soul. He got a letter from his mother. Oh boy, I'm sick. I can leave my body any minute. Kindly come and see me in my last days. The letter came to Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and he told Param Gurudev, Vinod Bihari Brahmachari, we received this letter from your mother. She is in pain. Go and see her. Param Gurudev said, He nodded his head. Yes. Did he went there? No. He was hiding in the center somewhere. And when Srila Prabhupada came to know this, then he asked Param Gurudev, I told you to go. I gave you my permission. Param Gurudev with tears in his eyes, but he said, Sakale Janma Mata Pita Pai. Every birth I got parents. But it's rare to get association of a spiritual master, Guru like you. You are my real parent. You are my parents. But what is the harm? Param Gurudev said, yes, there is a danger. If I go there and if my mother starts crying, and by seeing the tears in the eyes of my mother, if my attention got diverted, that oh no, I must stay with my mother and serve her, then I'll be bereft of those teachings, those lessons, those services which I'm learning from you and by serving you. It's a dangerous situation. I don't want to take any risk in that. So this shows disobeying Srila Prabhupada, disobeying Guru's order. In some certain cases, disobeying is actually obeying indirectly. Disobedience is actually following the footsteps, pleasing the mind, pleasing the heart of Guru. Param Gurudev showed this example. Shri Bhaktivedānta Goswami Maharaj. Chiranjeev Prabhu said, nobody wanted to go to Western world, but there were many. Prabhupada sent them to preach. And one of them was Bhakti Pradeep Tirth Goswami Maharaj. There was Bhakti Sarang Goswami Maharaj. And there was Bhaktivedānta Goswami Maharaj. And Srila Prabhupada also wanted to send Bhaktivedānta Madhav Goswami Maharaj in his young age. But he was so handsome, tall figure, handsome. And it was decided he's going to go Western world, but all other brahmacharis said, no, Prabhupada, don't send him. Because there are beautiful girls in Western world. And that Srila Prabhupada just smiled and it was cancelled. His tour got cancelled. So, Bhaktivedānta Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada sent him to Western world. But prior to that, what happened in Calcutta? Srila Prabhupada, this account is given by Srila Bhaktivedānta Bharati Goswami Maharaj, a bona fide source. He said Srila Prabhupada told his personal sevak, to go around all the shops in Calcutta and buy the most expensive shoe, the long boot for one Mahārāja, Bhaktivedānta Goswami Mahārāja. I want him to wear and go to preach. So the servant, the sevak, personal sevak, he went all shops in Calcutta and purchased the most expensive shoe. And that was something like 40 rupees in those days. Very expensive. I'm speaking about the year 1930. It was like, can say, now it's going to be like $10,000. Something like that, I'm not sure, just guessing. Just assuming this. So expensive shoe. When the sevak brought this shoe and showed to Prabhupada, Prabhupada said, yes, I'm happy with this. Go and give this to Ban Maharaj and tell him to wear and come to me. I want to see him wearing this shoe. The sevak, he took this shoe and brought to Śrī Bhaktivedānta Goswami Maharaj and he said, Prabhupada asked me to inform you to wear this shoe and come and see him. Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Goswami Maharaj only thought for 2 seconds only. These dealings are not on a gross level. We can think what's strange in that. I mean, if my Gurudevs buy a very expensive jacket or boot and say, hey, wear this and come to me, I will immediately wear it. Yes, Gurudev, here it is. We are different. But the gravity of the situation is Śrī Bhaktivedānta Goswami Maharaj, who is so much into scriptures, so intellectual personality, and how renounced. He wore those shoes, and he came to Srila Prabhupada. It's not ordinary dealing. There was 2 considerations. Why it took 2 seconds? 2 considerations. One is, Sannyāsi is not supposed to wear this long boot, the expensive shoes. Secondly, you can't come wear those shoes and see your Gurudev. We always keep shoes out while we walk in temple. You can't approach your Gurudev wearing shoes. But Bhaktivedānta Goswami Maharaj, he wore those shoes and came to see Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada smiled and he commented on this. He said, oh, you have renounced the renunciation. Srila Prabhupada, he always used to speak simple words. Not simple, but means very important words, but in short. You have renounced the renunciation. What is that meaning? Shravan Prabhu? Mike. Explain this dealing. Maybe I'm not able to make everyone understand. No. You please go ahead.
It means that ordinarily a renounced person, they would say, no, I will not take these boots, I will not wear them. This is a luxury. But in order to follow the direction of his guru, he is renouncing this renunciation. He is accepting these boots and wearing them.
And also, you can't come to Shri Guru to see him by wearing shoes. Ordinary renounced person can't wear these shoes. It's not etiquette. But Śrī Bhaktivedānta Goswami Maharaj, he crossed that etiquette to follow the order of his Guru. He gave up his other considerations. It's not a fun to wear that long boot. Maybe for me, for us. Not for him. That is something renouncing his own concepts to obey the order of his Gurudev. And Srila Prabhupada was so impressed to see this dealing. He said, yes, you go to Western world and preach. So he went to London and preached there. This is called renunciation. Very high concept of renunciation. Very high concept of renunciation. It needs a lot of maturity level to understand these subtle dealings. Very high maturity level. We can't understand, we can't comprehend this within a gross level understanding. It needs a very high maturity level. And similarly, Srila Bhaktivedānta Swāmī Prabhupada also never wanted to leave Vrindavan. always want to be in Vrindavan. But his sacrifice is living in Vrindavan, not for the fun, going to see New York and Australia and other countries. Oh, let's have a world tour. No, sir. It's so painful when you leave Vrindavan, if Vrindavan is your life and soul. There are many other, at present day also, some brahmacharis, some devotees, who live Vrindavan 10-15 years. And for some reason they have to go out for something. It's so painful, it's not a fun actually. If you have a taste to live in Vrindavan, it's not a fun to step out of Vrindavan. Then what to speak of acharyas like Srila Prabhupada, high acharyas with high concepts. Life and soul is Vrindavan. I want to die in Vrindavan. Vrindavan is my life and soul. This was the mood of Srila Prabhupada. I want to leave my body in Vrindavan. But then leaving Vrindavan, for what? Obeying the order is more important than my personal issues. Obeying the order of Guru Maharaj, obeying the order of Mahaprabhu, obeying the order of, and following the footsteps of Śrī Rupa Sanatan, how they also did like this. They gave the physical proximity of Mahaprabhu. This is highest limit of renunciation. So Srila Bhaktivedānta Swāmī Prabhupada, he took sannyāsa on this day. Sannyāsa means renunciation. But he exhibited the highest limit of renunciation when he stepped out of Vrindavan. Renouncing the renunciation. In words of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. It's very painful. And that's why he was crying on the boat, on the ship. And when he came to Boston and all those places, crying.
Heart attack.
Heart attack is because heart is sad. Not because of health issues. Because heart is left in Vrindavan. That's why heart attack. It's pain in the heart. It's pain in the heart to leave Vrindavan. That's the beauty of the renunciation. So we are enjoying the facility of the renunciation of our acharyas. We are enjoying this facility of the sacrifices done by them. We are enjoying these facilities. But very few come forward to enjoy this facility. Very few. Very few come forward to even enjoy this facility or to recognize the sacrifice of this great Acharya's sacrifice. This is the renunciation. Understand? So therefore we are very weak. We are very weak. We can't become like them. But we only pray for what? One drop of that mood of renunciation. The renunciation, not renounce order of life, sannyas. This mood of renunciation can be embraced by brahmachari, grast, vanpras and sannyasi. Male, female, whoever. The mood of renunciation is to keep aside all my other concepts and develop the mood of sacrifice for the sake of fulfilling the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It needs a lot of sacrifice. Anybody else can do this. I just stay back. I'm happy chanting. I want to read books. Bhajan is everything. Of course, no doubt. This is also one stage, one level. I'm not against this. But fulfilling the order of Mahaprabhu, following the footsteps of Rup Sanatan and Param Gurudev Srila Prabhupada, love needs sacrifice. This is a sacrifice. Every individual have to sacrifice a little percentage for the sake of fulfilling the order of Mahaprabhu. And what is the order of Mahaprabhu? Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna Upadesh, Amar Agya Guru Hoya Taro Idesh. To whomever you see, meet, give them the teaching of Krishna. Speak Krishna to them. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Shikha. This is Sannyāsa. Gaur Premanande. Vancha Kaltarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo. Thank you so much. Sannyas Day ki Jai. Come here.
Hare Krishna. I love pronounced everybody. I'm just really ecstatic to be here with Mahārāja. It's been absolutely amazing. And a very special occurrence happened this morning at 6 a.m. at our house. Our very dear friends of the devotee community here here in Hawaii, Danny and Emily, took Harinam from Mahārāja. And Danny's wonderful new name is Dayanidhi Das Prabhuji. And name is Isha Dasi. But they were so happy, they were so sincere. It was such a beautiful experience to witness, and I'm really happy for them, and really feel enlivened by the expansion of Krishna consciousness, by the grace of the sadhus that come and inspire us so much to go a little further on the journey of Bhakti back to Goloka Vrindavan. So let's give a big hand for them and for Mahārāja. Hare Krishna.
Oh, so I want all devotees, community, to bless this beautiful couple here. Please, both of you come here. I'm going to invoke some mantras, the Mangalacharan, for your journey, the new journey of spiritual life. Please sit down here. Chandra, if you have some flowers. Okay. Om Swasti no Govindaha Swasti no Chutanantaho Swasti no Vasudeva